All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Who do we got here today, this morning? Say hello in the chat. Just Praj, Ishan? Yeah. All right. Anyway, all right, let's take a look at my screen here. So right now I'm looking at UWT, and the reason is because it hit the support line and I drew it because we see all of this support hitting right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4-ish, and 5 support. So this is a really strong support, and I got in right around here. So where am I looking to get out? I am looking to get out around this resistance line. The reason again being because if we take a look at past history within the chart, we can see actually that this is a really strong resistance. And what happens is people like to buy at the top of resistances hoping for a breakout, but when they realize that it actually goes back down in price, then they hold and hope and use again the trader psychology, and it's really hard to break past this, but once it does, we'll see a breakout. And we go to /CL, and again we can see that it hit a support here and we're looking to get out near this resistance. This is the correlating future for UWT. And I like now that it's beginning to trend above the middle VWAP and it's still over the EMA line as well. If we look at the RSI and the MACD, when the blue line crosses over the yellow line, that indicates a sign of momentum, so we can see an upward shift soon. Some other things to look at, DGAS. This it's now at 14%, which is insane. But I was looking at the chart previously, and if we even go back even further, 30 days, we can see that this kind of has a support right here. And since it's over a long period of time, it's going to be even harder to break because people who bought up here around 155, 156 area, they're gonna want to get out immediately once it gets near that area. But it's been holding its highs pretty well, and it's still trending above the EMA line, so that's a really good sign. But I don't think it would be a good trade to get in right now because look at how much, let's change to trend line. Look at how much we could lose, right? So the risk is greater than the reward with this trade. If it were to be a good trade, you would have had to get at least in around here where there was a resistance. And that correlates to /NG, which stands for natural gas. Anybody have something to say? Like type something in chat or any questions, let me know. This is what we're here for. I'm here to help. Yeah, so if we do an analysis on this, so /NG is the opposite of whatever DGAS does. And so remember, DGAS was going all the way up. This is going all the way down. And we can see once it broke past this former resistance, which turned into a new support, as old supports turn into new resistances, and new resistances turn into, or old resistances turn into new supports, we can see a huge sell-off. and we could see it fall around here and maybe here. So this would be our support zone. So once it gets down here, we could see a little pullback, which means it will go up a little bit, but then continue to drop down, or it could just keep going up. And we can take a look at the RSI and MACD once the candlesticks start forming. Yeah. See, already if we looked at the 1 day, 1 minute, we could already have seen that happen. Another thing that we could be looking at is JNUG and JDST. Again, this has already had a pretty big movement, so I'm not sure how much movement we can still see. Yep, here we go. And we can take a look at this candle by reading level 2. And so when this number on the left side is greater than all of these numbers combined, then we're going to see a push like we did right here. This also was a support zone that I was looking at. That looks pretty good. And it got rejected by the middle VWAP. So this actually looks really good to me. Once it falls back near the support line, if it does, I would like to get in. It doesn't look overbought or oversold, and the MACD is still looking pretty good. Yeah, let's see. And it's still trending above the EMA. Hey Taylor, what's your opinion on going long on you guys coming into the winter months? Obviously patterns don't have to repeat themselves, but typically NG rises during the winter. Yeah, this is right, but we haven't really been seeing that lately. I mean, we saw it in August, I believe. Let's take a look. Yeah, so it's been going down. I mean, if we take a look at this, this doesn't look like a great, this definitely does not look great. Yeah, this doesn't, I would not go long. I definitely would not go long on you guys. And then we're getting, if you were to go long on you guys, we're getting close to a support line. But overall, the chart, I'm not sure how long you mean going long. This is like a few days, is it a few months, or? Because we don't have any higher highs. So here's a high right here. We have a lower high, it goes back down, a lower low, a lower high, lower low, lower high, and it looks like it's going to create a lower low. So I don't like the look of it Production and overall storage has NG been much higher this year compared to previous. Yeah, this doesn't look great to me, especially if you're just going in for a day trade. If it's not really trending above the middle VWAP, I really don't like to look at it. And it's trending under the EMA line too, which is not a great sign at all. What's up, Gabe? Got any questions? Ask any questions, guys. Here we go. Yeah, although it's breaking past the EMA on the 1 day, 1 minute, we always want to do our analysis first with longer candlesticks, so 5 minutes with each candlestick, to really prove that it's actually going in the direction that we want it to go in. Also, Ryan, it got rejected right here as well. It tried to, but then we saw the pullback and it went back down. Good question. 1999 films. My favorite ETF is, I like UWT and DWT. Pretty reliable lately, but obviously that switches. Like back in August, it was JNUG and JDST, and then before that, it was UGAS. So I kind of switch off between different ETFs, but like you said, you should never get attached to an ETF. And again, this is all with trader psychology. If you get emotionally attached to a stock, you're not going to want to let it go if you see it not going in the direction that you had hoped it would be. So UWT is still looking pretty good. I don't like this candlestick right here though. A doji, it's called a doji, and it signifies people wondering whether it's going to go down or up. It doesn't really have like a bullish or bearish pattern to it. But since we have this bullish candlestick right here, it looks like this might go up. Have you taken, yeah. So I'm not sure when you joined in, but I took a trade on UWT this morning once it hit the support line. So at this point, I'm just being patient. Nothing's really going on here. I could set alerts and just leave my computer screen or work on homework or work on my company, do whatever, but I'm trying to teach you guys what I'm looking at and what I like to look for within an ETF or a stock. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like this little point of consolidation it's getting to become a resistance, and we're seeing a little bit of a lower high right here unless we can see it push up a little bit, but if it continues to do that, I'm gonna lock in. Any ticker symbols? Facebook up. Did you short you guys when you bought you guys? What time? When? What's the first thing that you look for in any stock? Okay, the first thing that I look for is percent gainers. So anything that's on this list or something from using the scanner, putting in the percent change, if it's plus 10% gain, I like looking at those if we're looking at penny stocks. But overall, once it has a green percent gain, meaning that it's opened higher previously than it was and it's made gains, people like that, so it gets more attention to the stock or the ETF, and from that people want to see it keep going green. They don't want to see it change from a green to a red day. And then from that, obviously support and resistance. Yeah, so I'm just waiting. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just waiting. Looks like it's beginning to consolidate. So any more questions? Any more questions? This is not a lot of people are here this morning. I sent out the email pretty late, so that's understandable. But we can use this time to really help you out one-on-one, or if you have any more questions about trading with emotions or technical analysis or what I'm looking at, then go ahead and ask. So right now what I'm looking at is I'm looking at to see if this can hold the support. And once we see a confirmation, like a true confirmation like this, we can get a scalp on UGAS, which is the correlating future for /NG. So we're just gonna set a few alerts here. Would you say day trading ETFs are better than swing trading or no? So I prefer day trading just because lately with the news and the trade war and any of Trump's tweets, that can change the movement of the stock overnight. So if you have gains on the day for an ETF, just lock in your profits at the end of the day or trade post market, which happens after 4 p.m. So 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Other than that, I wouldn't typically swing unless we have really stable news and the SPY is looking not so choppy as it normally is these days. Hmm. Yeah, not even this looks good right now because it's trending below the middle VWAP. Nothing looks super great. It's just one of those days. It's already happened overnight. There's only so much reward that we can get with this compared to the huge amount of risk that comes with it. So it's not even worth getting in the trade. It's not close enough for us to see a resistance line break out. So if we were looking at even getting in DGAS, we would have to get in around a little bit more so that we could cut our losses quickly if, let's say, that the resistance line is true. What are your favorite stocks in ETF at the moment? DGAS, UGAS, DRIP, GUSH, JNUG, JDST, and I believe that's it. Blue chip stocks, those change every week depending on what's going on, like earnings reports or yeah, Apple and Facebook, Tesla, Microsoft, Google, just to see what's going on in the market. I don't typically trade those though. There's just not a lot of movement that comes along with it. See, Facebook is only 1.25%, and if you're day trading, just day trading, not day trading options or anything where you have some like a big amount of leverage, then I don't see it even like worthy of your time. So I like something with like a bigger percent gainer move. Like DGAS and UGAS. For that to have, let's see, I think it's, yeah, for that to have 14%, now that's definitely worth your time. A 14% gain on your initial investment. Any more questions? Any more questions? A few more minutes on this live stream. Again, nothing super dramatic's going on, but what already has happened, as we saw in DGAS and UGAS, and even UWT, DWT. I'll be sure to send out the link earlier when we have it, and so more people can join, ask more questions, get more viewers. Do you snowboard or ski? I used to do both, but I broke my arms, both of my arms snowboarding since somebody hit me going down the mountain that they did not know how to snowboard. And so I had to carry my snowboard all the way down the mountain. And I was like, screw this, I'm done with snowboarding. I moved on to skiing where I could maneuver a lot quicker than with snowboarding. So I ski, and I've been skiing for a few years now. Do you snowboard or ski? That's a random ass question. That sounds like a terrible experience, but snowboarding is way better than skiing. I hated skiers when I used to snowboard. Skiing's so easy. Skiing is actually so easy. If you're a skateboarder, it's understandable that you snowboard, but other than that, go skiing, please. Try it out. You don't have to sit down, buckle your snowboard clips. When you're skiing, you just get off the ski lift and go straight down. Let's talk about stocks. Stocks or ETFs. I switched from skiing to snowboarding. And how was that decision? Best decision of your life or worst decision of your life? For me, it was the best. strap on the lift so I get off and go right down. Oh, okay, okay. More professional than I was at the time when I was like 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old. That's what I'm saying. The market is very slow right now, so there's not a lot going on. And this kind of sucks. But at least we got a few eyes with me to notice that. Yeah, there's nothing really going on right here. All right, I guess on that note, I've been with you guys for around 30 minutes. If you have any other questions, just wrap it up. And yeah, I'll be sure to send you the link for the live stream a lot sooner and give you more of like probably a week's notice rather than a day's notice. Again, I apologize on my part. Can you tell me more about Fibonacci retracement? I do not really trade Fibonacci to do that. You just use these things right here. But I really don't look at Fibonacci. That's more of like a Forex thing. Canada Goose. Okay. Let's take a look. All right, we see this is terrible. This is we see definitely a lower low, and then we go to this is a lower high from past, and the higher low, lower high, lower lows, lower high, a little bit of a higher high. But if we look at the SMA line, which is a 270-day average for simple moving average, it is trending below that right now. When we look at that time frame, but for what is this, 30 minute? Yeah, 30-day, 15-minute. I could see where you're looking at it from. Yeah, and let's delete this real quick. So I'm drawing this line right here again because we had a resistance, and resistance turn into new supports, as we can see with these two right here. Yeah, so it held it a little bit. Yeah, went down and past the middle V. It doesn't look like a great day trade to me. Long-term wise, long-term wise, it's still trending below the 270-day SMA. The past 3 earnings reports have been terrible too. They have not been good. So what happens with that, with the sentiment of Canada Goose? People are going to see this and be like, oh, well, it hasn't done well in the past 8 months. Why is it going to do well now? We found our bottom though. Oh, right. let me do a quick update on UWT, and then that'll be it for today. All right. Yeah, it's having a hard time getting past this 971 area. I believe that it's just going to keep on consolidating, and eventually I think it's going to go down. So I'm going to lock in profits next time it goes over here. All right. Thank you everyone for tuning in to this live stream. Again, if you have any questions, just shoot us an email at support@tapintuit.co, and I'll see you next time.